Things are about to get considerably worse in America.
This is it, guys. This is the tipping point.
We are walking our way right into a state versus federal conflict.
We are at the start of the American Civil War.
This is what it's going to take. It's literally going to be a group of people using their First Amendment right.
With all of the political divide in this country, things are so polarized in terms of opinions, and with the intense situations that continue to happen practically on a daily basis, more and more people are really talking about the potential of civil war in this country. They're going online, they're voicing their opinions and their thoughts, and I find it really interesting that this is kind of trending right now, and I haven't seen this in a while.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. And much peace and blessings to all you sons of Akima that is pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, with charity. This is your brother Osh from the Great Millstone Miami Camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Lord, and this lesson is edifying to the elect. Just going to be a short lesson on this video that I just played some of, which is titled Americans Believe Civil War is Coming and Are Quietly Preparing. Okay. And it's put up by his YouTube page called A Homestead Journey. Right? And this woman right here, she just put together a bunch of clips of different people on TikTok, different people on the internet in general, just speaking on how they believe a civil war really slash revolution is on the horizon. Okay. And we know through the prophecies of the scriptures that is something that is going to indeed take place here in Babylon the Great in these last days. Okay. The scriptures tell you that Satan's kingdom is divided. And even if it be divided, it cannot stand but have an end. And we are living in Satan's kingdom. Okay. And the Most High, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, is going to take this kingdom down. And before he physically takes it down, by way of those thermonuclear missiles as well as the fire from the so-called UFOs, can't forget that, right? Because when the Lord returns, he's going to blast certain parts of the earth with fire. Okay? But prior to that, this place is going to be taken out systematically, right, from the inside. And the fact that your average everyday people can see it and are talking about it and it's trending just goes to show you that we're just that much closer. Okay, so this is a good video to watch. Okay, Lord willing, I'll put it in the description box. But just gonna get some scriptures. I ain't gonna make this too long, so let me just get straight to it. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Was that war? Okay. And the vibration of war is throughout the earth. War on every level. Okay, you have world war. These different nations and governments throughout the earth rising up against each other, going to war. You got these domestic disputes and these within these different governments. right? Protests, people rising up against their governments, right? Throughout the world, even here in America. Okay, it goes on to say, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Okay, sedition, that's when people rise up against the government. Okay, all right, or when people, they incite other people to rise up against the government, which is what's going on right now in Iran. You have Mossad, right, which is basically Israel's version of the CIA. They're over there inciting the citizens of Iran to go up against the government and arming them, right? That's sedition. You have different politicians over here like Mike Pompeo, which I believe he's a Secretary of the State. He said, basically he gave a shout out. He said, shout out to Mossad that's over there marching side by side with the Iranian citizens. So they're admitting it. But that's a form of sedition. And you also have agent provocateurs over here in America and throughout the world. PSYOPs. Right? You got certain people coming out and saying this whole thing with Renee Good chick getting shot by ICE. That was a PSYOP. Right? So you have organic sedition, but most of the time it's not organic. It's a problem reaction solution, so the government can be justified in mowing down the people, which is what they want to do. But at the end of the day, it's all prophecy and it's all the will of the Lord. Okay. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right. Revolution. That's what's going to happen. Right? Every man for himself. Nobody's going to care about what the law says, what Trump says. They're going to do what they have to do to survive. Right? When the dollar collapses, when there's no food in the stores, when there's troops in the streets, when the government going to try to confiscate people gold and silver and shit like that. Alright, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. What's that? More lockdowns. For because their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So it's going down. Okay, that's food wars, neighborhood food wars. It's about to get real out here, man. Okay. Hello, when I close out with this. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Your modern day Egyptians are these so-called Americans. All right, America is modern day Egypt. And they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor. You see, so that's more neighbor talk, more neighbor against neighbor violence. That's civil war. Domestic wars, okay? War is supposed to be of one nation against another, or one tribe against another, not neighbors fighting each other. Okay, you got one person on this block, he believe in this, the one on the next block believe in that. Or they move this way, the other move that way. Or simply because this neighbor has food and the other one don't. They gonna go to war. They gonna they gonna knuckle up. And it's gonna be survival of the fittest. City against city and kingdom against kingdom. Okay. Don't be surprised if you see these states split against the break off from the United States government. Different factions going to war. A brother bought out at camp today. I believe the governor of Minnesota talking about using the National Guard to go against ICE. This shit's getting real, man. And the year just began. Well, we're only 2 weeks in. We just entering into the third week. Okay. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to wizards. Right? So that's what's taking place right now. People looking for answers. Right? So they tapping into them left-hand spirits. But the Most High is pulling the power back from them left-hand spirits. Verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And who's that talking about? That's here at Great Millstone. We believe, starting with our apostles and elders, that's talking about Donald J. Trump. Okay, 45 and 47. As we call him, Nero 47, because he's Nero Caesar in the reincarnation. Okay, in this whole reincarnated Rome that we're in today. He's that fierce king, that cruel Lord. He's obviously moving like a king. Obviously in his head he's moving. He believes he's a king. Okay. Just like ancient Rome, where they went from a republic to an empire. That's what's happening today. This dude Trump is an emperor. Okay, you got America talking about they want to take Greenland or take Venezuela. Oh, I'm the president of Venezuela now. Mexico's next, Cuba's next. This place is an empire, and Trump is an emperor. Okay, these people that voted him in, thinking he was on their side, they're finding out he ain't on none of their side. He's on the side of the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. Okay, the small hats. Alright, so that's the spirit that's in the air right now. That's the times we're living in. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say with that. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashmel Shah. Until the next one, shalom.